Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Isn't this exciting? Let's applaud our graduates one more time. And a beautiful day as well. Just everything is perfect about today. We celebrate your achievements, graduates of the class of 2023 of the University of Maine at Machias. Congratulations to you. This is the commencement, the beginning of the next steps of your journey, and we couldn't be more pleased, all of us, than to be a part of this day today with you. I want to thank the loved ones who have gathered here to mark this special occasion with you, parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses, partners, significant others, children, dear friends, aunts, uncles, cousins, co-workers, or colleagues, and the faculty and staff of the University of Maine at Machias, who are also part of your extended family here today. And I'd like the grads to do a round of applause and give a wave to your family, friends, and supporters here in the audience. So, this won't be news to you. You're a pandemic class with 2 middle years of your college experience disrupted beyond what anyone imagined. I want to acknowledge that and know that that has meant hardships, unanticipated responsibilities, increased mental health concerns, and for many of you, it has meant remote and hybrid learning, being apart from friends and family, and having a different college experience than you perhaps planned for when you got here. But here you are today. You remained committed. You were dedicated to what your process to your work, and you are graduating from the University of Maine at Machias, so it's fantastic. An organization called Handshake does surveys of college graduates each year, and in their report for this year, they have a number of characteristics, and I just want to pick out 2 because I think they apply here at UMaine Machias. They find this year's graduates in a national sample to be really confident in their skills and ready to keep on learning. That's true, right? You've had a fantastic experience here, and you'll keep learning wherever you go. And even maybe more importantly, you want in-person connection. And UMaine Machias, the community that it is, that values and prizes its sense of community, its sense of connection. I know that more than ever, this class is ready to be the folks who will sustain that kind of in-person connection going forward. And we know that it will be based in part, the great experience you've had here at UMaine Machias. You leave here today as proud UMaine Machias alumni, and that means something. It means you're ready to handle anything the world may throw at you. and the friends, family, and faculty that you've gotten to know within this closely knit community are here and ready to help, and will be here for you when you come back. You will have a home here. We celebrate your potential, we celebrate your accomplishments, and I offer my heartfelt congratulations and can't wait to see the incredible things that you will do in the coming years. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, President Farini-Mundy. I see a number of people sort of in the back and on the stairs, and I note that there are some extra chairs up here, so if anyone would like to move forward, we can just take 30 seconds and you can just move right now. I'll look away. You can just do it. Seriously, there's no judgment. If you need to move into a seat, that's absolutely fine. Right, like just, I feel like I'm really being Professor Walsh here all of a sudden. It's okay to sit in the front row. Nothing to be afraid of. Rose Monville is making her way. All right, one person, one taker, but seriously, please. All right. Thank you, everyone. I'm Dr. Megan Walsh. I'm the Dean and Campus Director of the University of Maine at Machias. And as I said already, President Joan Farini-Mundy is with us today and shared the opening remarks. So, at this point, I would like to read the university's Passamaquoddy Homeland Acknowledgement Statement. The University of Maine at Machias recognizes that it is located in the homeland of the Passamaquoddy tribe, where issues of water and territorial rights and encroachment upon sacred sites are ongoing. Passamaquoddy homeland is connected to the other Wabanaki tribal nations, the Penobscot, Maliseet, and Micmac, through kinship, alliances, and diplomacy. The university also recognizes that the Passamaquoddy tribe and other Wabanaki tribal nations are distinct, sovereign, legal, and political entities with their own powers of self-governance and self-determination. I would also, at this moment, like to pause and recognize that today is the National Day of Awareness for missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. Thank you. Graduates, family members, friends, faculty, staff, on behalf of the entire campus community, welcome to our 112th commencement. It's a great day of celebration. So to begin, let me introduce and thank our distinguished guests for their presence here today. As I said, Dr. Joan Farini-Mundy, President of the University of Maine and University of Maine in Machias, is here. Dr. John Volin, Provost and Executive Vice President of Academic Affairs, is here. Barbara Alexander, member of the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine System. Dr. Lee Alley, Alumni President for the University of Maine at Machias. Dr. Heather Ball, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs at the University of Maine at Machias. And BJ Marshall, Associate Registrar at the University of Maine at Machias. So, thank you for joining us. It is now my honor to recognize and express the sincere appreciation to my colleagues, the UMM faculty and staff, an outstanding group of people who, through their efforts and extraordinary dedication, have prepared our students for this day and for the opportunities and challenges to come. UMM seniors have a tradition of awarding special honors to some of our staff and faculty, so I'd like to announce those now. The senior class awards the distinguished honor of the senior class marshal to a faculty member who escorts them into the commencement ceremony. So I'm happy to announce, the person you all already know who that is, this year that goes to Dr. Eric Jones. Dr. Jones. Next, the Frederick A. Reynolds Award is presented annually to a faculty member who exemplifies commitment and dedication to the students at UMM. This award also goes to Dr. Eric Jones. Next, I'd like to announce the Unsung Hero Award, which is presented annually to a staff person who exemplifies service to all students at UMM. This year's recipient is Ms. Hope Shore, Director of Student Affairs. Now, family and friends, I want to acknowledge all of you. You're here to celebrate this special event, and you're the mothers and fathers, spouses, partners, sisters, brothers, sons, daughters, grandparents, and other family members of our 2023 graduates. Your love and support have made possible the journey of our graduates to this important day. So let's clap for you too, okay? Next, the class of 2023. The reason we're gathered. You have enriched our lives in many ways and have contributed to the quality of our campus community. Thank you for that. You have completed your programs of study and are prepared to pursue rich, fulfilling personal and professional lives and to contribute to our state and our nation as responsible and engaged citizens. It has been a pleasure to meet with many of you in my short time here. And one thing I've learned is that today you are joining an extremely dedicated, robust, and welcoming group of university alumni. Congratulations to you. At this time, I'm pleased to introduce Barbara Alexander, a member of the Board of Trustees for the University of Maine System. Let me read a little bit about this remarkable person seated here to my right, and then she'll offer a few words. Barbara R. Alexander was nominated and confirmed as a member of the University of Maine System Board of Trustees in 2022. She graduated with a BA in Political Science from the University of Michigan in 1968. After working on the Robert F. Kennedy for President campaigns in Indiana, Oregon, and California, she moved to Washington and was selected as the Midwestern coordinator for the original 1970 Earth Day. During 1970 to 1972, she coordinated a national coalition of public interest and union organizations to lobby for the Clean Air and Clean Water Acts that were adopted under the leadership of Senator Edmund Muskie. Following a move to Maine in 1973, Barbara received a JD from the University of Maine School of Law in 1976. Under Governor Joseph Brennan, she was appointed superintendent of the Maine Bureau of Consumer Credit Protection, and then from 1986 to 1996 was the director of Consumer Assistance Division at the Maine Public Utilities Commission. Since 1996, Barbara has operated her own consulting business as Barbara Alexander Consulting LLC. Her clients include national and local consumer organizations, state public utility commissions, and state utility public advocates. She has testified as an expert witness in over 30 states before state regulatory commissions concerning consumer-oriented policies and programs. In addition to her public service in Maine government, Barbara was a founding board member of the Maine Women's Lobby and served as an elected member of the Winthrop Town Council from 2020 to 2023. Barbara and her husband, Donald Alexander, have 2 children and 5 grandchildren living in Maine and Montana. And I will also add, more personally, that they are lovely dinner companions as well. So, on behalf of the University of Maine at Machias, let's welcome Trustee Alexander.
Thank you very much. My remarks will be shorter than that introduction. Thank you. Thank you very much. The graduates here are at the end of a very small journey in your life, and you will have many more journeys. You will make friends and lovers and colleagues and mentors, and they will all impact you along the way. The college degree you've received today will provide you with some very basic skills to help you on this journey in your future. First, by being here, you've learned what you don't know. You've learned how to answer questions to many, find answers to many questions that you didn't even know existed. You learned to think about experiences, people, and cultures you did not know about. And you learned about yourself, your goals, your aspirations. So go forth, please, and take these lovely skills to find new questions, new answers, new experiences, and learn more about yourself. Thank everyone around you for this opportunity. The University of Maine System of Universities and the Board of Trustees congratulates you and wishes you success, and more importantly, the ability to learn how to survive your challenges, and we welcome you to your next adventure. Congratulations to the very small but very mighty University of Maine in Machias. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Trustee Alexander. For people still joining us, I just want to reiterate, the offer still stands. Seats in the front. You can do it. So we have a number of other awards and honors to give out now, and I'm pleased to begin announcing those. First, the Arthur S. and Frances A. Buswell Academic Enhancement Award for 2023. The Buswell Award was established in 1991 by President Emeritus Arthur Buswell and his wife Frances. The proceeds of their gift are awarded annually to a faculty member for the enhancement of the academic program in which the honoree teaches. This year's Buswell Award goes to a faculty member who worked for a very special purpose. Handmade rag paper, printing ink, and photopolymer plates were used to create the covers for the very commencement programs that you're now holding in your hands. So look down at what you're holding in your hands. You see that blue paper? That was the product of student work, of your work, led by Professor Bernard Venzani. So I'm pleased to announce that the winner of the Buswell Award this year is Bernard Venzani. Bernie, would you please stand? I don't want to get too informal here, but I kind of do. How cool is that, right? I mean, it's so cool. All right, there's a little whoop, I like that, that's good too. Now, to announce the distinguished alumnus. Every year, an alum of UMM is chosen to be the recipient of the Distinguished Alumnus Award. The selection criteria include such factors as professional achievement, volunteerism, civic engagement, and service to UMM itself. This year, our Distinguished Alumnus Awardee is Heidi Jarvis Smallage. Heidi is not here today, but I'm going to read a little bit about her because I believe she's watching online. Correct? Watching online. She graduated from Machias with a bachelor's degree in English. Today, she's a published author of several middle grade and young adult novels. Her years in Machias provided her with a close-knit family of friends and a sense of community that has followed her throughout the years. She considers the years she spent in these buildings a gift, and she hopes today's graduates will value their time at Machias in the same way. She worked for many years with the Alumni Association and as alumni support for Phi Tau Phi sorority members, only fully retiring from those tasks last year. Heidi wishes the graduates of the class of 2023 all the very best. So, another clap for Heidi. Next, the Young Alumnus Award, also joining us online, also watching online. It gives me great pleasure to announce that Brad Jordan will receive the Young Alumnus Award. Brad Jordan lives in Mount Desert Island, Maine. He earned his bachelor's degree in environmental recreation and tourism management here in 2012. During his studies at UMM, Brad began working on Mount Desert Island as a registered Maine sea kayaking guide. This internship sparked passion, and he now owns and operates multiple sea kayaking outfitters in the Acadia region. In his off seasons, he can be found leading ATV tours in Costa Rica, snowmobile tours in Park City, Utah, or chasing his greatest passion of seeing the world's offerings firsthand through travel. He credits UMM and his role models here with much of his success in the industry. He'd like to congratulate you, the class of 2023, and advise you to begin building connections everywhere you go. So another clap for Brad Jordan. Now, on to some faculty awards. I'm pleased to announce that we are honoring emeritus status to several longtime colleagues this morning. The criteria for emeritus status includes dedication and contribution to UMM and to education, length of service to the university, contributions to the awardee's field, participation in campus life, the esteem of students and colleagues, and service to the community. So let's hold our applause, and I will read the names of those with emeritus status. Dr. Lois Ann Kuntz, Professor Emerita of Psychology. Dr. Kuntz, stand up. All right, hold up, because we've got a long list here. Dr. James Morera, Associate Professor Emeritus of Psychology. Professor Jonathan Reisman, Associate Professor Emeritus of Public Policy. Dr. Helena Laurie Schneiders, Associate Professor Emerita of Psychology. Dr. Stuart Swain, Professor Emeritus of Mathematics. And Ms. Jo Ellen Scribner, Manager Emerita of Student and Alumni Services. So let's congratulate them all. Okay, now back to some student awards. So each year, faculty members select 2 outstanding seniors, and we recognize them as recipients of the Senior Watch Awards. Each student is rated on the basis of citizenship, leadership, and service to the UMM community. Would the 2 students please rise when I read your name so that you may be recognized? So, first, Rachel Smith. Rachel is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Marine Biology with minors in Zoology and Botany. She has been the UMM student representative to the University of Maine System Board of Trustees this year and was the 22-23 UMM Policy Scholar. She is a member of Epsilon Sigma Alpha and is a student tutor and student manager at the Merrill Library. She will continue her studies this fall in the Master's Program in Earth and Climate Science at the University of Maine. So another round of applause for Rachel. Next, Keely Tibbetts. Keely. Keely is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Community Studies with a minor in counseling. Diagnosed with cerebral palsy at the age of 4, Keely learned that determination would be key in helping her obtain personal goals and reach academic and physical success. In high school, Keely received the Julia Klucke Courage Award in May 2016 in recognition of her outstanding impact as a positive role model for students and future leaders. She was also awarded salutatorian of her high school graduating class. While attending UMM, Keely actively participated in student government. As a freshman, she was a student senator, and the following year she became vice president, a position that she has held for the last 3 years. Keely is graduating now from the University of Maine at Machias with a bachelor's degree, and we should congratulate her one more time. Next up, salutatorian, valedictorian. These candidates are evaluated on the strength, breadth, and rigor of their academic achievements, evidence of intellectual promise, character, service, and other accomplishments. Rachel Maker is our salutatorian. Rachel, would you please stand and be recognized? Rachel is graduating as an education major with a concentration in elementary education and a minor in English. She's from Machiasport, Maine, and has enjoyed getting a higher education degree so close to home. She'll be entering the education field in the fall when school starts back up. Her main priority right now, according to this, is enjoying the beautiful summer with all her loved ones. So, congratulations again, Rachel. And now it is my great pleasure to present to you Catherine Layton, our valedictorian. Katie, please join me at the podium. Katie started her academic career at UMM in the early college program. Since then, she's worked toward her goal of becoming a teacher. She's graduating with a degree in education with a concentration in elementary education and a minor in English. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with family and friends, playing with her nieces and nephew, and traveling to new places. So, congratulations, Katie.
Good morning. It's nice to see all of you outside your Zoom boxes on my computer screen. I'm sorry for all the times you saw one of my cats run across the screen. I want to start off my speech by thanking the people who have made this achievement possible for me. Thank you to my classmates for all of the memories we have created here. Thank you to my amazing best friends, one of which is graduating with me today. Thank you to the staff that have helped me along the way. I would especially like to thank 2 teachers that have made an impact on my life here at UMM. Thank you to my advisor, Garrett Lee, for allowing me to grow my passion for teaching in your classes. You have added to the great legacy of the teaching program here at UMM. I would also like to thank Marcus Labrizzi. Your kindness and compassion for others does not go unnoticed by those around you. Your classes, like many of us graduating today, were some of my favorites. Thank you to my mentor, Avery Preston, and her students at Edmonds Consolidated School. You made my time as a student teacher unforgettable. Thank you to the people that awarded me and funded the Down East Excellence Award. You have allowed me to jumpstart my life by leaving college debt-free. Lastly, I would like to thank my family for their never-ending support. You are the reason that I'm standing here today. When I got the call that I was going to be the class of 2023's valedictorian, I was shocked. All I've ever tried to do is my very best. There are moments, I know this is what I tell my own students. There are moments, however, that make doing our very best extremely difficult. In college, this moment came during our freshman year when we got the news that we needed to move all of our things out of the dorm by the end of the week. COVID hit the world our freshman year, and nothing has been the same since. I started off my time here at UMM in the dorms like many of you. I had an amazing roommate, which made my time in the dorms unforgettable. We spent time going to sporting events, hanging out in the common rooms, and laughing until we couldn't breathe in our little room. Living in the dorms were some of the best memories of my life. After COVID hit, like the rest of the world, our lives became surrounded by Zoom screens and online assignments. It became harder to focus on goals and getting through school. As a teaching student, you normally have plenty of time to work in the classroom before you get your degree. When COVID hit, this aspect of the program was suspended. My passion for teaching came from my beautiful grandmother, Gail. She was a student here at UMM and graduated with her teaching degree in 1973. She has always had a passion for helping others, and as teachers, this is what we do on a daily basis. Like many of you, when you can't do the thing you love most, it takes a toll on you. COVID, like our time here at UMM, is in the rearview mirror. One day we will be able to tell our grandkids and future generations about the pandemic. We have lived through something that will be a part of history books. Our generation will be known as one that triumphed in the face of a devastating pandemic. The future looks bright, not only for us, but for those around the world. Today I stand here excited for the next chapter of my life. We get to start living our dreams and making an impact on the world. Whatever each of you decide to do with your lives, make sure you are doing something that you love. You never know what tomorrow will bring, so live every day to the fullest and tell those around you the impact they have made on your life. Thank you.
Today, we are honored to have, let me just say, thank you again, Katie, thank you. Today, we're honored to have, as our commencement speaker, Dr. Lee Alley, Alumni President. Dr. Alley is a longtime leadership and instructional strategist, presently serving as Executive Director of the Maine Association for Supervision and Curriculum Development, and is Assistant Professor of Education at the University of Maine at Augusta. As the Director of Consortia for School Improvement, as a private consultant, and as a project director, Lee has designed and implemented instructional programs in a broad range of topics, including literacy, equity, social emotional learning, trauma-sensitive and healing-centered practices, and whole child education. Growing up in Down East Maine taught Lee, a first-generation college graduate, the importance of education as a leveler of opportunity. Throughout her career, she has sought to bring educational access to the underserved, both learners and educators alike. Currently, Lee uses her doctoral degree in transformative leadership to create new and innovative ways of upschooling educators and administrators in Maine and beyond, allowing them to improve their practice wherever they are, whatever their means. So please join me in welcoming Lee Alley.
Thank you, Dean Walsh, for that wonderful introduction, and thank you to President Farini Mundy and this UMM community I am so proud to be part of for this opportunity to address you on this momentous occasion. Graduates, good morning. I'm overwhelmed by the honor and the absolute privilege of sharing this important, unforgettable day with you. My wish for you is that you'll use all of your senses to take this moment in and commit it to memory, that you'll hold on to this moment when you need a reminder of the incredible things you are capable of achieving, the mountains you are capable of moving. Scan the crowd for the special people here to support you today. Give them a wave. Mine are up there. Hi. Now turn to the people sitting next to you, look them in the eyes, and tell them you did it. My own graduation in 2002 is vivid in my recollection this morning. The sound of the bagpipes as we marched toward commencement, the proud smiles of beloved faculty flanking each side of the Reynolds Gym exit as we recessed, the joy radiating from loved ones looking on, the hugs, the tears, the feeling of community, the magnitude of the accomplishment. When I was invited to address you today, the truth is that I wept. And not just because I am a crier, as my family can tell you, but this address, for so many reasons, is a full circle moment for me. In the early fall of 1996, I was first in my class at Jonesport Beals, facing down the intimidating college application season, imagining what the fall of 1997 would bring for me, a low-income, first-generation college student, perhaps like so many of you. I did not have one shred of the script for getting to and through college. Despite that, by December, I had early action acceptances from a number of blue ribbon schools and had applied early decision to the University of Rochester and had accepted a full scholarship to be a Rochester Early Medical Scholar on an 8-year BS to MD direct track. The University of Rochester was a so-called new Ivy, an R1 Tier 1 research university with an enrollment small enough to feel incredibly collegiate. It promised a rural and urban experience. 13 Nobel Prize winners were among its faculty and its alumni. 13 others had been Pulitzer Prize winners. Alumni and faculty had won dozens of Grammy Awards. The U of R motto, Meliora, always better or ever better, was clearly a living and breathing imperative. and on paper, it was so very right. Except from the beginning, in my head and in my heart, it was all so very wrong for me. That winter, I found the courage to tell my parents that I had changed my mind. I found the courage to ask the University of Rochester to release me from the early decision contract that bound me to attend. Everyone was dumbstruck by my choice. Some of the people in my circle were more supportive than others, but in either case, the questions were, where would I go then, and what would I do? The year prior to my own senior year, the valedictorians of every graduating class in Maine had been gifted a full scholarship to attend a University of Maine system school of their choosing. The truth was, I had been holding my breath all along, waiting for word that the class of 1997 would be gifted the same, and we were. I visited just one school, the University of Maine at Machias. I am one of the lucky ones who today is still in regular contact with her undergraduate advisor, and that's a gift I wish for you. Dr. David Rosen promised me in our very first meeting that if I chose UMM would deliver to me a world-class education, and it did. I enrolled in the English program, I studied education and writing, and took enough art courses to have satisfied another minor. David Rosen and Rob Fraze and Marcus Labrizzi and Cindy Huggins and Andrew Mullen and Stuart Swain and Sherry Sprangers and the late, great Greg Henderson all gave me the best a post-secondary experience can give to anyone. And it's because of a UMM promise made and kept that I am so much of who I am today. I will never forget touring this campus, feeling overcome with the impression that I was already home, a feeling that continued to wash over me every time I climbed the stairs to my office years later in Kimball Hall during my tenure leading the Washington County Consortium for School Improvement, a feeling that still washes over me every time I'm here, which these days in my role as Alumni Association President is often. As mottos and taglines go, "You're already home" would be perfect for UMM. Home is security and safe harbor. Home is identity and belonging. Home is comfort and welcome and connection. Home is where people tell you the truth with love. Home is where hearts stay no matter where else life takes us. I remember posing for a photo for a local paper in the early weeks of my freshman year. Another Down East valedictorian and I had been approached for a feature. That UMM was our first choice school seemed remarkable to a lot of people, and it shouldn't have. The plain truth for me is UMM wasn't my first choice school. UMM was my only choice school. UMM was the only right choice for me because my heart had recognized it as my home. I meet UMM grads almost everywhere I go, and when I do, it is instant connection. Their home and mine are the same, and home is forever. In my service as Alumni Association President, I field lots of feedback about our collective home, our shared alma mater, UMaine Machias. Feedback about Clippers and Black Bears, about Kelly Green and Navy and Columbia Blue, about M's and Ship's Wheels, about Cappy and Bananas. The words I wear down my sleeve so frequently these days, "We are Maine," feel like an erasure of home and history to many of our alums, rather than an affirmation and a reminder of it, and I get it, I have felt it. I love being a Clipper. I will always bleed Kelly Green. But I embrace Navy and Columbia Blue alongside my beloved Kelly Green today because of the faces of you graduates glowing with promise, and because of my daughter here today who's experiencing her own full circle moment, having practically grown up here along with me on campus, and because of the gift of a ring. Because we are our stories and our culture is built upon them, I want to share the story of my ring with you today. Fast forward from my 1996 college applications 20 years to 2016. I have just 2 hours before crossed the stage to hold in my hands my doctoral degree in transformative leadership. I'm sitting in a restaurant with all of my treasured people. As a last special gift, I'm given a tiny envelope and I've brought it here today. It seems symbolic to me that the card is green and blue. And the paper, I want to tell you, is from the Best Western, which I think is adorable and speaks to my experience growing up just a little bit. And I want to read you the note. Lee, proud doesn't say anything near what I feel. Amazing and awestruck do. The work, time, and worry are now over. Enjoy all that you've achieved. Use your title with pride. You've earned it. Please feel free to sign all future correspondence with me, Dr. Lee Reagan Alley. I will love seeing it. This gift has always been for you. I just waited until your journey was complete to give it. It was given with much love, so I'm told. No one has ever gotten in the way of your dreams. Way to go. The lady who wore it was the last female in this family to graduate from college before you. She graduated from Washington State Normal School with her teaching certificate after 1 year of college in 1920. She taught 1 year at Jonesport's Lincoln High. I know one person who had her as a teacher that year, Nola Wass. Nola said she was bright, well-liked, and beautiful. She said that it was that teacher who inspired her to become a teacher. She sounds very familiar. I've heard the same said of you. This gift represents that lady and Gumpa and Nin, my grandparents. Legend says its stone, which is a garnet, promotes health, protects during travel, lends vitality and courage. Mainly this gift is about love, generation after generation. Always know that it carries so much love and pride, as much as can be placed in one small item. Love you so very much. Congratulations on all you do now and in your future. Love, Mom. In my life growing up, this ring always had been on my grandmother Lita's left hand. I loved it. I would touch it. I would admire it. I would try it on. It had been given as an engagement ring by my grandfather, Arnold Lee. I'm his namesake. Before her, it had belonged to his mother, Phyllis Carrie Kirby Smith. Grammy Phyllis had died of cancer when she was very young, and he was still a small boy. Throughout my life, up until the day of the gift of the ring, that was about as much as I knew about Grammy Phyllis. That, and that she looked like one of those models in antique Coca-Cola advertisements. Her sepia portrait always hung over the piano in the trailer where I grew up. Losing her hurt too much for my Gumpa to talk about. Later, he would suffer other unspeakable losses. He lost his father, who died in a fire. He and my grandmother lost their son, who died in a traffic accident when he was only 19. We oftentimes don't know who's struggling to find home and hope and healing. So many of you have your own stories, sadnesses and challenges and sacrifices and pain of a kind too deep to speak about. If I were to ask you now to reflect on that, to turn to each other with that reality in mind, and to look in each other in the eyes and to say to each other, you did it. What a different feeling that would be than when I invited you at the top of this speech. For those of you who have struggled, I want to look you in the eyes now, knowing that reaching this important milestone for you was rough traveling. And I want to say, you did it. That all brings me back to this ring. I often wondered over the years how many dreams of my Grammy Phyllis's had died with her when she passed so young from cancer, leaving my small Gumpa behind. Until the gift of this ring, I hadn't known that she and I were connected here at UMM. Until the gift of this ring, I hadn't known that she had belonged to Washington State Normal School, that was later the Washington State Teachers College, and then the Washington State College, before it ever was the University of Maine at Machias. I hadn't known that my Kimball Hall had belonged to her 77 years before it had belonged to me. I hadn't known she was a teacher. Today it's more than 100 years since she earned her credential. The gift of this ring is proof for me that she touched time that we touch time. Her son and his wife were the heroes of my life. At least one of Grammy's students grew to be a teacher, but more than that, grew to be a teacher because of her. So I no longer wonder whether her dreams died. I marvel now at the ways her dreams live on. I sometimes wonder whether one of Nola Wass's students grew to be a teacher who inspired a student, who grew to be a teacher who inspired another student, who grew to be a teacher who down through the vista of time inspired me. Today, taking up Grammy Phyllis's torch, I get to do work that I know to be important. Not because it's won global awards, not because it's touched teachers across our state and across our nation, although it humbles me that those things are true. I know my work is important because to it, I have the courage to bring my story and to bring my pain so that others can work through theirs toward wholeness and healing. It would be easy to look at my credentials and to look at the trajectory of my career so far and to conclude that mine must have been a charmed life. In my work today as Dr. Lee, I often talk about Little Lee. Little Lee would be absolutely amazed by Dr. Lee, and so I take her with me everywhere I go to show others what is possible for them and for their learners, possible because education changes everything. It has been said that teaching is the vocation of vocations. It is the calling of callings, and some of my students are here in the audience today. What has been possible for me is due in large part to the incredible gifts of time and talent from the people you see sitting behind me. I am their living legacy. You are their living legacy, and it is such a special legacy. It is a gift to be your Alumni Association president. I receive a near constant stream of stories that leave me astounded at the impact that UMM is making around the globe. Today you take your hard-earned and well-deserved place among them. Knowing that you're going out into the world gives me tremendous hope. As you go to make your mark in our community and places beyond, remember to reach out. Remember to reach a hand back for the ones coming up behind. Remember that families like ours glory and they grieve together, so stay connected, whatever life brings to you. Remember that we are more than Maine's coastal campus. We are Maine's coastal community. I am a Clipper. You are a Black Bear. Today, as my sleeve so often says, we are Maine. But importantly, my Grammy Phyllis and I and you and my Brenna, who will enroll in the education program in 2025, we are forever Machias. Who we've been and who we are today are stories we must hand down, but the real triumph is that there are so many stories yet to be written. Congratulations to you, class of 2023. Come home soon.
Dr. Ellie, thank you. Thank you so much. Let's have another round of applause. So, now we're getting to the main event, the conferral of degrees for the class of 2023 by President Farini Mundy and our Associate Registrar, BJ Marshall. President Farini Mundy, will you join me, please? So will the candidates please all rise? President Farini Mundy, it is my pleasure to present these candidates for their certificates and associate and baccalaureate degrees in their respective fields. Yeah, you guys. The Associate Registrar has certified that they have fulfilled all academic requirements. The faculty and I recommend that they now receive their diplomas.
by virtue of the authority vested in me as president of the University of Maine at Machias by the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine System, and upon the recommendation of the Dean and Campus Director and the UMaine Machias faculty, I now confer upon you the certificates and associate and baccalaureate degrees to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. We could clap for you all again.
Let's do it. Okay, it says on here, please be seated, so seat yourselves again. No, then it says stand up again, so just say standing, I'm sorry. But that's my fault. Just stay up, just stay up. Just the first row, everybody behind the first row sit down, okay. You all forgive me, I've only been the dean here since December, so, all right. So I will read the names of the degree recipients, and as I read your name, please come forward to receive your degree here and move across the stage here to receive your pin. Okay? So starting first with certificates. Simeon David Alley, becoming a business professional certificate. Yep. Mallory Ann Alley, Exploring Psychology Certificate. Jasmine Bell, Family Studies Certificate. Christine Catherine Bunker, Family Studies Certificate. Amanda Churchill, Family Studies Certificate. Nicholas Ryan Drake, Intro to College Studies Certificate. Mackenzie Ann Grayton, Intro to College Studies Certificate. Abigail Harrison, Becoming a Business Professional Certificate. Braylee Noel Joy, Family Studies Certificate. Harmony Look, Family Studies Certificate. Brooklyn Shaylee McCarthy, Becoming a Business Professional Certificate. Selena Lynn Mitchell, Intro to College Studies Certificate. Oh, I'm sorry, Family Studies Certificate. Gabrielle Elizabeth Morrill, Intro to College Studies Certificate. Lydia Louise Neto, Family Studies Certificate. Mary Norman, Family Studies Certificate. Erin Marie Otto, Intro to College Studies Certificate. Skylar Ann Marie Ramsell, Family Studies Certificate. Emily Rose Ripley, Intro to College Studies Certificate and Exploring Psychology Certificate. Harley Marie Sanford, Family Studies Certificate. Natasha Sapio, Family Studies Certificate. Mindy Sue Sargent, Family Studies Certificate. Tasha L. Saucier Smith, Family Studies Certificate. Madison Jean Warnock, Intro to College Studies certificate. Danielle Mary White, Exploring Psychology certificate. Now, those earning associates in arts degrees. Angel Rose Hood with honors, liberal studies. Jackson Peter Wetzel, liberal studies. Now, students earning a Bachelor of Arts degrees. Ness Bailey, biology. Elena L. Brown, creative arts. Marcus Logan Cobley, summa cum laude, integrative biology. Caitlin Ashley Dowdy, cum laude, Bachelor of Arts in Integrative Biology. Jesselyn J. Gove, Psychology and Community Studies. Jessica Taryn Griffin, magna cum laude, Psychology and Community Studies. Jael Rebecca Jean, Psychology and Community Studies, also Mental Health and Rehabilitation certificate. Anna Marie Johnson, Integrative Biology. Mila Anita Long Frost, summa cum laude, Psychology and Community Studies. Jana Marie McDonald, magna cum laude, Creative Arts. Amy Lee Moe, summa cum laude, Psychology and Community Studies. Pacifique Munyabarambe, cum laude, Integrative Biology. Jenny Naganzobo, magna cum laude, Integrative Biology. Thomas Augustus Ray Smith, summa cum laude, interdisciplinary studies. Jocelyn Rose Rebello, English, Creative Writing, and Book Arts. Savannah Noel Schmauderer, Creative Arts, also earning a Bachelor of Science in Business and Entrepreneurial Studies. Keely Alicia Tibbetts, magna cum laude, Psychology and Community Studies. Amanda Yvonne Turchi, magna cum laude, Psychology and Community Studies, also Mental Health and Rehabilitation certificate. Charisse Rebecca Young, summa cum laude, Psychology and Community Studies, also earning the Mental Health and Rehabilitation Certificate and the Wilderness Therapy Certificate. And now on to Bachelor of Science degrees. Lacey Marie Arsenault, Education. Leah Jean Bermudez Calder, magna cum laude, Education. Maria Alexandra Boyku, Environmental Geographic Information Science. Evan Allen Bush, magna cum laude, Marine Biology. Kit Tickle Cates, summa cum laude, Education. Megan Marie Cody, magna cum laude, Marine Biology. Elizabeth Kanyatine Kulabali, summa cum laude, Business and Entrepreneurial Studies. John Thomas Galvin, Secondary Education. David Anthony Glidden, summa cum laude, Science and Education. Christina Badger Greer, summa cum laude, Business and Entrepreneurial Studies. Tia Nicole Harmon, summa cum laude, Education. Amber Faith Heath, Elementary Education. Not you. Lindsay May Karwacki, summa cum laude, Marine Biology. Colleen Rose Kopaz, Education. Ethan Brooke Lang, summa cum laude, Outdoor Recreation and Leadership. Catherine Gale Layton, summa cum laude, Education. Rachel Margaret Maker, summa cum laude, Education. Cole Michael McDonald, cum laude, Business and Entrepreneurial Studies. Jamie Merriam, magna cum laude, Marine Biology. Kendra Lee Parks, Education. Hayden Michael Sekula, summa cum laude, Business and Entrepreneurial Studies, also earning a Human Resource and Management Certificate. Rachel Lindsay Smith, summa cum laude, Marine Biology. Daniel Rose Snape, cum laude, Secondary Education. Noah Gabriel Umel, summa cum laude, Education. Joe D. Lynn White, cum laude, Outdoor Recreation and Leadership. Patty Sue Burgess, summa cum laude, Bachelor of College Studies. Julie A. Smith, Bachelor of College Studies, also earning the Mental Health and Rehabilitation Certificate. Let's clap one more time for our graduates. Thank you, President Fernie-Mundy. Thank you. Oops. Thank you, Associate Registrar Marshall. Next, we have the Ivy Oration, yet another UMM tradition that I've learned about, which is a good thing. It's such a delight to be at a new university learning all these wonderful awards and traditions. So the Ivy Oration has long been an honored tradition here. Each year, a member of the senior class, chosen by their peers, presents a speech at commencement. On behalf of the graduating seniors, this oration summarizes and honors enduring UMM friendships, wisdom, and knowledge gained, and our seniors' hopes for the future. This year's Ivy orator is Evan Bush. Evan is from Stoddard, New Hampshire, and is graduating with Bachelor of Science in Marine Biology. He's a member of Sigma Chi Lambda and the Game Club, and he is an RA in residence life and a student manager at Merrill Library. He was a shellfish hatchery intern and research intern at the Down East Institute. He has also conducted his own research on the predator-prey relationship between the common sea star and the blue mussel. He is co-author on a forthcoming paper, Quantifying the Thermal and Food Availability Niches for Bivalve Development, Habitat Suitability Implications. He will be applying to graduate school in the fall so that he can conduct research on cetaceans or sharks. Also, he's told me a lot about seals. Over to you, Evan. Congratulations again.
Good morning, everyone. That's very loud, sorry. I would like to thank you all for being here, whether in person or over the live stream, on this very special day. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Evan Bush, and I am a marine biology student here at Machias. I've been an RA here for the past 2.5 years, and have been involved in numerous clubs and orgs on campus. When I received the honor of being the Ivy Orator for this year's graduating class, I was told that this speech should be about my college experience and what I plan to do after graduation. However, as much as I may have been chosen to represent this class, I couldn't bring myself to make this entire speech just about me, nor do I think any of you would have found that particularly interesting anyways. We as a graduating class are unique, for we have a special relationship with loss. 3 years ago, we lost the traditional college experience, as right before spring break of my freshman year, the pandemic seemingly sent the world into what felt like an uncontrollable downward spiral. One moment, sorry. We lost the ability to attend our classes in person, a learning style that this campus particularly excels at. We lost sports, and that, in combination with COVID, led to a loss of a significant number of students. A lot of us have lost friends and family members, people who would have likely been here today to celebrate this crowning achievement. We as a class, as a campus, as a university, have known loss. We've shaken its hand and, whether we wanted to or not, accepted its resting place upon our shoulders. And then, we kept going. Loaded with these burdens and our own personal struggles, we as a class made do. We continued to go to class, continued to run clubs and organizations, continued to work towards making a change, both in and outside of this community. And slowly, after a significant period of time, things started to go back to the way they used to be. But even that seemed strange now, as suddenly everything was back to normal. And we were left sitting there asking ourselves, what exactly is normal? And that's a great question to ask. My college experience, the college experience of the loved ones that you've come to celebrate on this fine day, has been anything but normal. We have struggled, sometimes failed, and persevered through situations we never could have imagined we would have to deal with when we first set foot on this campus. Thankfully, we weren't alone in this anything but normal college experience. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize the staff and faculty that sit beside us today. Just as much as we have, they have struggled and fought tooth and nail to try and provide us with the best college experience we could possibly have under the circumstances. And that certainly wasn't easy by any means of the imagination. From technical issues on Zoom and labs cut down to 1 student per lab bench, to suddenly online curriculum, and I'm sure 1 million emails a day, the staff and faculty have also been through it. To the staff and faculty, I would just like to say, from the graduating class, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything that you've done. It most certainly hasn't gone unnoticed. To the graduating class of 2023, we have all been through so much, and regardless of that, we have persevered. Our lives were turned upside down in more ways than one, and we just kept keeping on. I honor our resilience, our drive, and our commitment to finishing our programs. And each and every one of us sitting here today does so with the knowledge that we earned this. No one has poured more late nights, early mornings, blood, sweat, or tears into these programs than we have, and we are here today to celebrate that. We've seen both sides of our merger with Orono, and regardless of if you still call yourself a Clipper or have embraced the Black Bear way, when you walk across this stage today, all of us are graduates. So let's get on with the show and graduate already. Thank you.
Thank you, Evan. So it is now my pleasure to again introduce President Farini Mundi, who will give a charge to the graduates.
So first, my congratulations once again to these incredible graduates and my best wishes for your futures. The charge will be quite simple. It's about defining tomorrow. 3 parts. Define tomorrow for yourselves. You have grown, you've learned, you've changed in your time here at the University of Maine at Machias. You have the tools, the knowledge, and the connections and supporters to choose what you'd like to try next, to stay open to the possibilities, and know that you will redefine your tomorrows over a lifetime. Second, help define tomorrow for our world. We need you. Our climate is changing, so is our society. Seek to do collective good. Play your part in helping people live freely, authentically, and without fear and prejudice. Play your part in sustaining our planet and making the world a just, peaceful, and equitable place. And finally, have fun. This journey is full of rewards and joy, and you need to embrace that. Take chances, take care of each other and those around you, and be prepared to make change. Stay in touch. Let us know how you're doing and what you're doing and how we can help. You can count on a welcome home whenever you are back on this campus. Thank you for helping us to define the tomorrow of the University of Maine at Machias, and I wish you all the very best. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, President Fernie-Mundy. So this is, we're getting to the end, I promise. So UMM has a tradition of ending commencement with a song that expresses our wishes for the graduates. So in appreciation of all the people who have helped make UMM a great place to learn and grow, we wish you, the class of 2023, happy trails. I believe you'll find the words in the back of your program. And the music will be performed by Gene Nichols, Professor Emeritus of Music.
Yay!
Congratulations to you all. This is a beautiful place, especially this. I wrote in movies, and his wife was Dale Evans, and she wrote this song. And about a couple decades ago, our UNM president, Dr. John Joseph, was all set to show his Maureen Rogers toy guitar to the graduating seniors in the class. And he's going to recite these lyrics here. And then gradually, about 5 minutes before commencement started, his life ended. And so since then, we've sung this song in his honor and it's for you. I'm going to start with a verse that's in the middle there, and then we'll do a couple of choruses. Some trails are happy ones, others are blue. It's the way you ride the trails that counts. Here's a happy one for you. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. One more time, but I also want to pay tribute to Julie Tibbetts, who was one of my final students and one of the best music students I've had in the whole time I taught here. I need to play. Here we go. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Congratulations.
thank you so much. Thank you. So, we're concluding. A few more things I have to say. There will be a parade for all of you, for the graduates through Machias, starting at 1 p.m. You'll be escorted by the Machias Police Department and the Machias Fire Department. Cars will line up on the hill in front of the Crandallmeyer Support Building, which is, I think, this way. Faculty, staff, family, and friends are invited to line Main Street to cheer on our graduates. So please make that a part of your afternoon. So, in closing, on behalf of the faculty and staff of the University of Maine at Machias, thank you and congratulations. Grand Marshal Swain, please lead the recessional.